Okay, so hello, my name is Amanda May. I am a Christian, and I believe God wants me to tell my story on YouTube, so I'm giving it a try. My story is not that complicated exactly. It is, but it's not. My story centers around the fact that I know who God wants me to marry because God told me who He was when I was 16. I'm not saying His name out of respect for Him, but I know Him, and He knows me. We were friends. We never dated. In fact, we had a really big falling out because he never wanted to date me, but I wanted to date him. It's literally the only thing we ever really fought about. He ended up yelling at me and insulted me on MySpace. It was a big mess. But God has promised me reconciliation, where He will come back to me and choose to be with me because I am the one God wants Him to be with. Hooray! Now, a lot of problems have occurred waiting for this day of reconciliation over the past 17 years and counting. The biggest one is he has chosen to marry someone else. What? Yeah. And I thought, just like I'm sure some of you are thinking right now, that's grounds for disqualification. Right? Right. He married someone else. Then I'm off the hook. Either I'm wrong, or he's wrong, or God's wrong. Either way, I get to be with somebody else. Right? Yeah, that's what I thought too. But that's not what God said. I mean, think about it logically. When I found out about his marriage in October 2014, what were my options really? One, I was wrong. God didn't want me to be with him at all. And so now God would direct me to be with the guy He does want me to be with. Two, I was right. God did want me to be with him. But now since he married someone else, God could put me with a guy who wants to be with me. This is the one I thought God would choose. And three, I was right. God did want me to be with him and still does. And this marriage with this other person will fail, and God will put us together anyway. Because let's be real, divorces happen every day. This is the one God chose. And no, I was not happy about it for a really long time. What God actually said was, quote, "We often assume that when someone gets married or even engaged, that God is in it and He blesses it. But just because it fulfills society's checklist does not mean it's God's will and He approves and He's in it." End quote. October 23rd, 2014. In other words, God's not in every marriage. I know, I was shocked too. Because I, like normal Christians, think once you got married, that's it forever because God hates divorce, right? That's what we've all been taught in church, right? Wrong, apparently. Yes, God does hate divorce, but that doesn't mean He suddenly likes your wife. He doesn't want you to marry just anybody. Contrary to what we've all been taught, there are people that God doesn't want you to marry. I know. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. And just because you married them doesn't suddenly make them right or make God okay with it. I know it's shocking. That was a huge myth bust for me too. God had to do a lot of myth busting with me over the past 4 years. Like, the key to eliminating divorce is by marrying the right person, not by forcing people to stay married no matter how wrong they are, and eliminating divorce as an option. Because here's another myth bust. If you are married to the wrong person, God will tell you to get out and not stay in. Again, marriage doesn't suddenly make it right. And I know that goes against everything we've been taught in church. I know because I was raised in church. But God will not tell you to stick it out with the wrong person. Now, God will tell you, however, to stick it out with the right person. I know, because that's exactly what God told me. And no one was more shocked than I. And mad. I was so mad. I could not believe God would want me to be with a man who married someone else. What? In what universe is that okay? Honestly, I tried to get out of this for 10 months straight. Every day for 10 months, I would wake up and go, you sure you want me to be with him? Because I could be with someone else. It's cool. But God never changed his mind. Ever. And thank God I had my best friend beside me to vouch for me that it was not coming from me. It was coming from God. Because seriously, I would not have chose this for myself. Ever. Are you kidding me? What a dumb thing to do. I could not do any of this without her. How do I live without you? Anyway, it's been a long, slow, tedious process from getting me from there to here, where I am now, at 80/20%. 80% believe it's going to happen, 20% doubt it's going to happen. I'm doing a lot better. God just told me I'm not going to be 100% without doubt until he's sitting beside me. And as you can see, he's not here yet. Hooray. I honestly never anticipated, sharing my story with the masses until, before we reconciled. But God, he's hilarious. So, that's my story so far. I know who I'm going to marry. Yes, I know the guy. Yes, he knows me. Yes, he did know he was supposed to marry me. And yes, he did marry the wrong girl. And no, it didn't change my promise at all. Like we all thought, hoped, and prayed that it would. I'm sorry if that pisses anybody off, but God did warn me that people are going to hate me, so I'm not going to be surprised if they do. I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything. I am merely trying to be obedient to God and share my story on YouTube, just like he told me. If you find my story interesting and would like to know more, please like this video and share it. Thanks for listening. Have a nice day!